Well, hello and welcome to another afternoon of European gymnastics action from Antalya in Turkey. Now, there has been a flurry of medals already for the British team, an historic gold for the women and a bronze for the men in the team events, and a super silver for Jake Jarman in the men's all-around final yesterday, and look at the way he landed on that silver medal. Now, joining me to talk you through the women's all-around final this afternoon is three-times world champion Beth Tweddle and world floor champion Gianni Regini Moran. Welcome back to you both. So, Beth, let's get straight into the all-round women's final today. And Jessica Gadarova of Britain, highest qualifier, and she was fantastic in that team competition, considering that she didn't do all pieces in the British recently. Yeah,
she's been nursing a bit of a foot injury, so at the Nationals she literally did bars and did beam, but with a watered-down routine. But has obviously been working hard back at the National Centre, ready to head out there, and had a really solid performance in the team competition and obviously qualified first for today. So, yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're keeping everything crossed for her. Also, Georgia May Fenton has made that top group. She qualified fifth, and similar to Jake, we were talking about this yesterday, she's really made a mark, hasn't she, on that senior team now, and really feels comfortable on the international stage at this level.
Yeah, I mean, she done fantastic. She qualified in fifth, and we have to remember she did have a fall on bars as well. So I think she'll be just going out there today to go and have fun, enjoy the moment and see what happens. This is gymnastics, and who knows, maybe she can come away with a medal. Yeah.
And Beth, who to look out for then in the top three? Where's your money going on this? It's like the Grand National tomorrow. Go on.
It's going to be a very tough competition. Obviously, Jessica qualified in first, but she has got two very strong competitors. Zsofia Kovacs from Hungary is going to be chasing her. She's picked up an all-around medal before, and Alice D'Amato from Italy is a class act as well, and very stylish. So I think the three of them are going to be battling it out.
Yeah, well, both Jessica and Georgia May spoke to Betty before heading out to Turkey.
Let's talk about 2022, because it's safe to say that you absolutely smashed it. World and European champion on the floor. How do you look back on it?
Hard to describe, but just knowing that I was both European and World Championship is crazy just to think that.
Does that bring an element of pressure?
I just try to go into each competition like I haven't achieved all these things and it's a new one, and just to enjoy the competition.
Georgia, is this your year to say, I am going to get in the team for Paris?
I hope so. I really do hope so. I'm going to give it all I've got. Obviously, last time round was a bit disappointing, but I still learnt so much from it, and this time I want to make sure I give it my best shot to actually be in the team and go out and compete.
How have your preparations been so far?
Yeah, they've been really good. I'm trying to upgrade, so I've got a new move in on bars and a new acro series on beam, so should go well.
The British champs, they didn't quite go to plan for you. Can you talk us through the techniques you used to kind of get back on track?
I mainly just put my music on. My comp playlist that gets me in the zone.
What music do you listen to?
It's like rap music, kind of like hardcore.
I can't imagine that.
I know, but it just gets me like in the zone, ready to go.
You talked about having fun. I feel like that really comes out on your floor routines.
The whole reason I do gymnastics is because I enjoy it and I love to perform. So especially in the floor routine, that's where I can perform the most. And I feel like with the music, it definitely gets the crowd going, and we're all in this together and just enjoying the moment.
Well, the question remains, what music do you listen to, Gianni?
It's different. Yeah, I have my own playlist for comp day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What, is it a set one for? Did you reversion it for different comps?
I mean, I add songs, take songs out sometimes. But yeah, rap music, get you in the zone. Yeah. I love Eminem. Gets me in the zone, gets me pumped up, ready for hopefully what would be a good competition. Yeah. So,
who were you listening to just before you won your world floor?
It was actually a D-Block song called We Won.
Strong!
It's like, yeah, you have to go with it. And some of the, just playing the songs like For the Win, We Won, like, gets it in your head, so.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that Georgia May is in the zone. She qualified fifth, and she's obviously got the ability to move up there as well, Beth. We mentioned a fall earlier on, which was on beam.
Yeah, she's had the fall, but she is a very classy gymnast to watch. She hasn't necessarily got the difficulty that some of the top contenders have, but she's got the execution, which could play out today.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to head over to the arena now. You can see Alice D'Amato. She started on vault and scored 14 there. But Jessica Gadarova will be third up. Jofia Kovacs will be the next gymnast to go on vault. But we're just bringing up some scores just to bring you up to date. But let's go to the end of the vault runway with Jofia Kovacs, and we'll join Craig Heap and Christine Still in the commentary box.
Hi, Matt. Yep, well, this is Jofia Kovacs on the vault for Hungary.
And a super vault. She really is a very confident and competent vaulter. Lovely block off the top.
She's very graceful gymnast and dynamic as well. Just watch this. So accurate on the top, in the middle, wraps in, the double twist. Opens out in plenty of time. We've had 2 good vaults so far. I mean, this is where it's going to happen in this top group for me. Third piece of apparatus will be the beam. That'll be a big test, but all eyes now on this young lady for Great Britain. Qualified in first place. Had the top score of 14.2 on vault. It's Jessica Gadarova.
And just 1 vault for this competition. Has to nail it. This is her opening gambit. Lovely height, great landing. Just a little hop backwards. But that was a very good start for Jess.
Well, what a way to begin your 4 pieces. All scores added up from every piece of apparatus. And the gymnast with the highest score after all 4 pieces will take the title. And that is a very, very strong bid on vault.
Yep, good solid start. Kovacs 14.1. It's going to be tight between those 3 head-to-head. 4 pieces of apparatus for the women in this all-around final. Romania there on bars, 9.266. Don't know if you're caught in the background, but had a bit of a disaster there, Christine. 2 falls, so not the start she'd have wanted. But again, great to see Romania back in the mix in the women's competition.
Join Anna Barbosu of Romania on bars. It's the second group, second highest qualifiers, the top 24 from qualification in this all-around women's final. She was junior European bars champion 3 years ago.
And starts with an interesting combination as a shap with half turn and back with the turn to the low bar. Working powerfully, all ambitious combination, full pirouette from the uprise, but she did very well. And the Kachev from the clear circle. Lots and lots of difficulty in this routine. She's given away little bits of deductions for legs apart, but it's got a lot of work in it. The Romanians have really had to work hard at bars. It's been their nemesis over the years. Lovely full twisting double back there.
She was 8th highest qualifier for this final.
Well, happier outing than a teammate. Again, as you said, Christine, it's always been a bit of a you know, not a strong piece for Romania bars, and they've had to go away and work at it.
Lisa Wallin, 18 years old. She's qualified 2nd for the vault final, so expect some fireworks here.
Oh, nice opening vault, handspring straight front with the 1.5 twist. Precise vaulting.
Whoopsie-daisy. And that wasn't a warm-up.
No, that was the big change leg split leap mount. You get a lot of marks for it, but it's also quite tricky. But she's done the leap series. You have to join 2 leaps. And you have to join 2 acrobatic moves as well. Nicely done.
This Zoya Sakai of Hungary.
So 2 gymnasts per nation allowed in this competition, in this final. Kovacs and this gymnast for Hungary. That was good. Execution, lovely double spin. Gymnasts have to include work low to the beam. Oh, but she had to hold onto the beam with her hand to ensure she didn't fall, and that will count as a fall. Good free walkover. She's regained her composure quite well after the fall at the start. Just a tucked gainer somersault off the end, not the most difficult, and you have to include your dismount.
Toru Thorisdottir on bars. The Netherlands, 24 years old, scored a 13.533 in qualification.
Nice safe start. The pack salto did well there. Lost the foot in a bit with the hand. Gymnasts have got to transfer from the low bar up to the high bar. The full pirouette there, a little bit late. All the turns must have to be into the handstand, otherwise pick up a big penalty. That was much better, the half turn into the Jaeger somersault. A little bit of a nervy start, big competition for some of these gymnasts, but she's through. She breathes a bit of a sigh of relief. Look, you can see, but did well.
Well, Lisa Wallen's score on vault was 14.333. Jessica Gadarova on 14.1. Kovacs on 14.1 as well. There's the confirmation, 14.333. Or Lisa Wallen. So she's leading at the moment with Jessica in second and Kovacs joint second.
It's certainly going to be very tight at the top.
And the high-scoring vault. The gymnasts starting there, so we're going to pretty much be following these leaders all the way around. It shouldn't flip so much. Yesterday we noticed when the men had competed on the vault, that top group didn't get the chance to compete on vault till the halfway around, and the whole competition flipped. Sarah Voss on vault. Oh, beam, sorry. Oh!
Oh, goodness, and we've seen two gymnasts in a row go for big mounts and fall. It's really difficult to regain the composure when you've already made a mistake on that very first element. But she does very well. Nice free cartwheel into layout somersault. And a lovely tourgette, one of the most difficult leaps you'll see on the beam. Turning and splitting at the same time. And the spin, that's a requirement. And the change leg half, had she managed to join those without a hesitation, there would have been bonus marks. Well controlled free walkover. So she has to join two jumps. Those are her backup jumps. Every gymnast know if they haven't joined the big leap series, they have to do two more jumps joined. Here comes the dismount, double twist, but not the best we've seen from Voss over the years.
Oh, she's now 23 years old. She doesn't sound old, but she's been on the circuit for some years. Melissa Brassard on floor. Best placing was 12th in the all-round competition back in 2019.
Very dramatic start to the routine. Such a big emphasis now on interaction with the music. First opening tumble. Full twisting double back, very secure. Plenty of height in the double pipe back. Good control there, the leap. Very expressive, the judges are like this. Needs a forward element, the full twisting straight front, securely round. Up into the double tuck. Fabulous start there from Brassard of Belgium. The guys had a brilliant all-round competition yesterday, and looks like the women are going to do the same today.
Bring you up to date with Georgia May Fenton, who scored a 12.066 on vault. So well down on what she achieved in that team final. They win that historic gold medal for Great Britain.
On uneven bars now.
Casabuena on bars. 17 years old. One of the youngest in this final.
Lovely Stolder, and then a Pycom Shap back down to the low bar. Gymnasts have to transfer from the low to the high and back again. She's done that very nicely already. Love good half turn into a super high piked Jaeger somersault. There's the full pirouette that they all have to include as well. Oh, and a very unusual dismount. That's the Sukahara. It's the circle to handstand, then snap the legs and do like the vault off.
Full of character. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah,
really well done.
It sort of comes as a little firework for the judges at the end, doesn't it? And leaves you with a smile on your face. Absolutely.
I'd be impressed if they could do that and then catch the bar again and then down.
So
there's a skill there in the making.
Craig, you're hard to please.
13-2 for Thorsdottir. That's quite a good score. The judges are not being so harsh as we've sometimes seen them.
Yes.
And they can be harsh.
Certainly on beam as well, which can be a very unforgiving piece. Volkova, the Czech Republic, now on floor. Ultimate gymnast, she's just 15 years old. Respect to be here in this top 24.
Well, great uplifting music. Well done, stay inside the floor, 2.5 twist into the punch front somersault. Oh, well done, double twist for the forward element, straight position. Well negotiated, double spin. Nice in the double tuck, knees locked together. Fiery little character. Sensational performance.
It was. And a great piece for her to start on and really settle the nerves on the senior stage. Obviously, this is her first international competition at senior level. And welcome. Fantastic.
Indeed. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Alba Petsitsko of Spain, last gymnast on beam in this rotation.
And a nice, confident mount. There's plenty of marks for the difficult mounts, but you have to be able to nail them. That was very good. But 2 little wobbles there on relatively simple sections.
Well, she fell in qualification on this piece, so she's a little jittery. Well done.
Yeah, lovely, strong landing on the front somersault. It's always tough to start on beam, but it's great if it goes well. Sets you up for the competition. Well executed leaps. Oh, and a nice, powerful series. 2 backflips and a layout somersault. She's got good rhythm and pace to this routine. And full of confidence, she makes the join of the 2 leaps. Bonus marks for that. Oh, a little short of the split on that jump. But no wobbles. And a good, strong free cartwheel. She just needs to nail this dismount. Has to focus, make a big round off. Good double tuck. Oh, super routine.
Fantastic stuff. And interestingly, she nailed the tumbles and was a little bit jittery on the dance elements.
Yeah, just that first little bit after the mount, almost as if she was, couldn't quite believe she was on.
Georgia May Fenton at the end of the vault runway. This happened a little bit earlier on. See how she got on.
Well, great on this piece of apparatus. Normally, I was going to say the 1.5 twist. This is something she normally flies through the air. So whether it's a little loss of concentration, because that is very uncharacteristic for this gymnast. I'm sure she'll be bitterly disappointed. That's the 1.5 twist, the blind landing. Just so you could see arms up like that never happens. Such a shame.
Well, the key for Georgia May now is to put that out of her mind and crack on with the rest of the competition, because you don't want that to have an impact, Chris.
No, absolutely. And she is a very powerful vaulter.
Naomi Visser, Netherlands.
And just a full twist from this gymnast, but very clean. There was nothing to take away.
That puts her into 5th. So, Lisa Wallen leads. Jessica Gadarova 2nd, joint 2nd with Kovacs. And D'Amato in 4th with Visser in 5th after that vault. This Melina Esposito. She fell on bars in qualification.
Oh, but she was secure then. The big Kachev, Stoop Kachev, immediately down to the low bar. Nice shap and a full twisting pack. She's really putting the work together here. The shap with the half turn. Just the pirouette. And no doubt the dismount here. Wind is up. She's got the forward elements to do as well. Into the double front. Oh, what a shame. Just ran out of steam. She'd really performed well.
12.5 for Manila there on bars. With that fall, would have been a 13.5. A few nerves creeping in early on in this competition, guys, do you think?
Yeah, a few gymnasts who are new to this type of pressure. You know, Georgia May generally hasn't made the finals, so it's a new experience for her.
So, moving to their second piece of apparatus. Leading group will head to bars, then followed by beam and finish up on floor.
Well, a chance to look back at a few of the routines whilst the rotation's going on.
Good, powerful opening tumble. 2 somersaults in the straight position. Front walk out, stands up into the double bike. Ooh, just that little bounce back. These floors can sometimes give you a bit of a double bounce, certainly if your chest down on the landing. Big third tumble. Double somersault with a full twist. And a real shift in women's floors over recent years. It's not all about the power of the tumble. They've really got to sell the routine. That was a lovely double fight back. Legs straight, legs together. Nice, solid routine there. Good start.
Yeah, she's got a 12.3 for that.
You have to do a lot of work for your scores here, don't you? Lovely double straight to start. Only a 12.3.
They're so harsh on floor, the judges.
Well, there's confirmation that Lisa Wallin is leading after the first piece of apparatus. Jess Gadarova is tied with Kovacs there in second place. D'Amato fourth and Visser in fifth. Georgia May Fenton, after she sat down on vault there, 16th as it stands. But it is going to be very, very close, these gymnasts. They're going to be toe-to-toe all the way around. And last year's all-around champion, Christine Asia D'Amato, whose sister is Alicia D'Amato, in fourth. She's not competing.
No, she injured herself after the all-around competition in the vault final at the last Europeans in Munich. She's better though. She competed on 3 pieces here. She just didn't do floor. So she's no doubt in the audience supporting her twin sister.
Absolutely.
Amazing. We've got the top of gymnastics, 2 sets of twins.
It's just incredible.
It is just that, and she was really missed actually, because I think if she'd have been in the team, it'd have been a lot closer battle with the British girls. I still do think though the British girls would have beaten them, looking at the performances and the scores.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see next year. That's the biggie in it, the Olympics. They're hoping that everybody's going to be fit for that. You've got to really protect your gymnasts in the next 12 to 18 months. It's a real strategy game.
Well, you can see there 2 British women in that top group, and actually there was 3, wasn't there, Chris, in the top 10, because Alice, she qualified in 6th, but because of the 2-country per rule, then Alice had to sit down.
Oh, absolutely. And half the battle now is to make sure you're in the top 2 in the British team.
Yeah.
That's your first job if you want to make medals all around at European and World Championships. And it's a great problem to have.
Anna Barbosu is up on beam.
I do think
Just warming up still.
2 per nation rule needs to be looked at again, because you have some of the best gymnasts you know, sitting out, and they've qualified by right. I mean, Alex is a prime example, but when you get to the World Championships, we stop this world domination by one nation, but actually I think it's a bit unfair, because you've done the work like everybody else, and you're qualifying by right. So I mean, I'd be interested to know what everybody else's opinion is on it, but I just think that if you've qualified by that, then you shouldn't be punished because of how good your nation is. One to debate.
Well, and the Twitter sphere goes alight. So, first up on beam, Anna Barbosu of Romania.
And of course, the Romanian gymnasts have a great heritage on the beam. Some of the best beam workers we've ever seen, and that was a lovely handspring front somersault. Good rhythm here. And the judges, particularly on the moment, they're being told to penalise too many stops, so they want to see good, fluent work. The whole of the body kept moving all the time. That was very nice. 2 leaps, joined to the Corbett flip. And you have to go down onto the beam and put at least 2 parts of your body on the beam, not just a pose down low, which has made it a little more taxing for the gymnasts. Good tour jeté, but again, the pause before it will probably lose quite a few points. Elegant with her arms. Now she just has to make this big dismount. 2.5 twist, very good. The 2.5's worth the same as the double back.
Well, Anna Barbosu was in 7th, going up to this second piece of apparatus of 4. She's now halfway around the competition after completing beam.
There's some nice skills in there, Christine, but again, you have to keep the routine moving. They're looking fluidity, and there will be deductions if they don't keep the routine moving.
Bars.
Well, this gymnast so stylish on this piece of apparatus.
6.
Shot with the half turn into the handstand. Lovely handstand there, the half turn, the pike Jaeger somersault. Coach will just hovered by the low bar, stole her into a huge Kachev. Back salto down, we'll have to transfer back to the high bar. The shot with the half turn, she just hit her feet there, so she'll pick up a deduction for that. Full twisting double back. Well, great routine, but she did have contact with the low bar, so that'll be a penalty, Chris.
Yeah, she knows it as well. If the judges missed it, she's just told them by her facial expression.
Well, she was tying with Jessica Gadarova, so that could split the 2. Across the vault we go.
And a lovely, stylish, full twisting Yushchenko. Marks given for height off the top. Good execution. You can see she's a 9 execution. That means the judges couldn't take too much off.
Margaret Osek qualified 20th.
It's difficult to see where they take a full mark off, though, as well. I sometimes think the pens get going for the sake of it. It's a lovely clean vault.
It'll be a bit off height and length. That's where they usually deduct.
Turu Thorsdottir next to go on beam. She took a silver at the World Championships in 2017 on this piece of apparatus. Well, this is going to be the piece that gets her back into contention, packed with difficulty.
She's one of the most artistic gymnasts on the circuit. Floor work, she's a drama student. She always tells a story with her performance.
Well, what drama lies in wait on beam? Let's find out. Thorsdottir, second piece of apparatus in this all-round final.
Secure start, round off backflip onto the beam. Showing great control with a full spin. The Dutch gymnasts renowned around the world for their artistry. Sometimes lack a bit in difficulty, but make up for it in the artistry. That was very secure. Flick into the layout, the acrobatic series. And again, down onto the beam. It's quite difficult to make getting down onto the beam look elegant. As Christine said, she's a very elegant gymnast. Free walk over. Be a little hesitation there between the leap and the flick. Free cartwheel. Not too much to deduct so far. She only had a 12 in qualification, so I'm guessing she fell. This is a much better routine. Come on, stand up. The 2.5 twist. Much better routine. Well done.
Fantastic. Well, she was in 6th going up to beam, so that's going to put the pressure on.
It is indeed.
Great Britain's Jessica Gadarova. Highest qualifier for this all-round competition. Come on, Jess.
Hops into the reverse grip, staked into the piked Jaeger somersault. This is the big combination. The Kachev with the half turn, straight down to the low bar. Very nicely done. Here, the Pak Salto. Got a big release again here. The half turn, catches securely. Full pirouette. Into the big full twisting double back dismount. Well done, Jess. That was such an improved performance.
Jess is through and it's game on for gold.
What a fantastic performance that was. This is getting exciting.
Wow, goodness me. That was a big, big routine. One of the favourites, beam to come. And then finishing on floor. Anyway, let's simmer down and get to the end of the vault runway.
Here we go, another full twist in Yushchenko. A little bit out of line there. So I'll pick up a bit of deduction. You can see 8.9 on execution.
Kuusikko of Finland.
A little bit offline on the flick on. That's often where the gymnasts go offline more than on the way off.
Well, what a bars routine from Jessica Gadarova.
Well, Kovacs 13.7, I believe, so anything above that. Oh, yeah, just come up 13.7. Interesting. Oh.
13.366 puts her in behind Kovacs.
Is that the full turn before the
dismount?
dismount?
I was going to say the full pirouette was a little bit late and they can really deduct for that.
Well, she's 0.334 behind Kovacs. Thosdottir has moved up into 3rd after 13.366 on beam, which is a huge score and well up on her qualification. Lisa Wallin next to go on bars in this top group. She qualified for the bars final as well.
Oh, lovely high. Jaeger somersault. Stalled her into the Kachev half, down to the low bar. Two big skills. Building the difficulty. The Pak Salto down to the low bar. Really got to hit these handstands, otherwise the gymnasts are penalised. Shap with the half turn, that's a better angle. Stoop, you see a little late on the full turn and takes an extra long sweep into the dismount.
Good.
Through though, good routine.
Very, very good. Well, Lisa Wallin was leading after the first piece of apparatus. Will she stay there?
Well, that certainly won't have done her any damage at all. And that was a much better angle for us to see the pirouettes.
Lisa Brassard, our Belgian compatriot. She was in 11th.
And another great full twisting Yushchenko. Big hop backwards, but lots of height.
13.333 pops her up into 5th.
I'm going to say, Christine, one of the better full twists we've seen. Actually, we talk about the popping off the top, the height. She was a lot squarer on there. Drifted a little bit, but marginally. And reflected in the score. Good vault.
Emily Westland. Westland 17. She scored 11.866. Swedish gymnast on floor in qualification.
Nice, secure double tuck. Won't be one of the most difficult routines we've seen, so she'll have to work the dance. And she is doing. Now control, double spin. Leap series, one of the requirements. Just like on the men's side with the women, they have requirements on each piece of apparatus. And then the rest is down to the gymnast. Come on, power out of this. Well done, straight front, walked into the 1.5 twist. Quite a simple but well-performed full twist. Nice constructive routine. Again, a young gymnast. I think we're going to see a lot more of this gymnast in the future. Very stylish, Christine.
Yeah, very stylish, but simple tumbling.
But Jessica Gadarova is currently 0.5 behind the leader, Lisa Wallin. She's sitting in 3rd place, Kovacs 2nd. Laura Casabuena on beam, qualified 11th for the all-round. Didn't have a happy time on beam in qualification. Let's hope she has a better outing here. Oh, well held.
Well, she's started in a fighting manner. Oh, and look, every centimetre of the beam used. Back foot right at the end, but it was 2 very nice flips and a layout somersault. Very strong front somersault. You have to land upright like that, and it's not at all easy. The beam isn't sprung. Change leg into a change leg half, just a little pause between. Covers herself with the extra 2 jumps. Smooth in the free walkover. Unusual back walkover into chest roll. Oh, big wobble on the free cartwheel. The gymnasts have to count the top 8 moves, so they're all looking to count 8 D moves if they possibly can. Dismount has to be one of them. Good double pike, good and strong. Well, it wasn't without its hazard, but she survived.
Yeah, some big skills in there, Christine. I love the dismount as well. Double pike back, plenty of height. Very powerful gymnast. Look at the concentration. Look down the beam. Wraps in, 2 somersaults. And this is a really difficult dismount to land because your hips are slightly back. You're going to fall backwards, so well saved.
This next to go on bars. I can tell you that Jessica Gadarova has put an appeal in for her score of 13.366.
Oh, starting on the top bar. Beautiful gymnast on this piece of apparatus. High, Katchev half turn, a little bit ragged down to the low bar. Stalled a full turn, come on. A little bit out of line, had to take an extra up start. Pack salto down, a little bit unnerved earlier on in the routine. That's better, shot with a half turn. Stoop, full turn, much better. Straight into a full twisting dismount. Well, not the best we've seen, but again, it could have been a lot worse.
Well, Visser qualified second for the bars final with a score of 14.466. Tell you that Georgia May Fenton scored a 13.8 on bars, if we don't get the chance to see that. Over to vault we go with a 4-2 difficulty.
And the popular full twisting Yurchenko, the flip on, the straight body off, but she was out of line, so the execution score was a bit lower. If you see the flip on, she's a little bit offline, and then during the twist, she bounces back.
It wasn't actually too bad on the top of the table on the replay.
Marina Esposito.
Oh, what an unusual start. Well done indeed. Free walkover. Down to the beam. 1, 2, 3. Great control there, triple spin. Down onto the beam, the backward walkover. Total focus and concentration. Well negotiated leaps. Free cartwheel. Now, hold the concentration. Been a great routine so far. Oh, what a shame. I was just about to say, what a lovely double pipe back. Just buckled her knees a little bit.
Well, Esposito was in the beam final. She qualified 8th. Can bring you up to date with Jessica's appeal. She's got 0.1 back. So her score goes up to 13.466. She's 0.467 behind the leader. And Georgia May Fenton's also appealed her bars score of 13.8.
And here D'Amato, renowned bar worker, uprising to Tkachev. Here comes the pike. Tkachev, immediate full turning pack. That's 2 very difficult moves linked together, which gives her a very high start score. Super Shap half. Little hop across the bars so that she can do this forward invert swing with full pirouette and into the dismount. Oh, she's had to stick an extra element in. It covered it well. She didn't manage the full pirouette straight into the dismount as she did in qualification, but she escaped.
Well, Alice was in 4th, looking for that top 3 place. She was the highest qualifier on bars.
Another 4-2 difficulty. Full twist and Yurchenko, well, she spotted that landing. 13.166.
Yeah, for kick and get. Austria.
Yeah, you can see how precise the gymnasts have to be. They have to make the round off, head between the arms. Hands have to get on before the head throws out. She did land without steps, but she piked down. That's where the marks will have been lost.
Still no news on Georgia May's appeal, standing at 13.8. Lisa Wallen scores a 13.7 for bars. Visser 14.033. So Wallen leads ahead of Kovacs in 2nd, Gadarova 3rd as it stands. Visser 4th and Thorsdottir 5th.
We still wait the score for D'Amato.
Good score, 14.033 for that routine. It looked a bit scrappy in places, you know, in the middle part of the routine.
strong front somersault mount. Oh. Now, to get given that change leg half, she had to get the feet right round. Nice, steady, free cartwheel. Sets herself up for the back flip, layout, somersault. So that's her acrobatic series, the 2 acrobatic moves that you have to join, the flip and the layout. And here's her forward element, the front somersault. Gymnasts have to do backwards and forward elements, sideways as well. The Romanians always work with good pace on the beam. They keep the routine going. And if you can do that, you often can work with pace and rhythm and confidence. Makes you look a lot more confident, and there's a lot of marks given for confident performance. She's covered a few little wobbles, but here comes the dismount. 1 flip, 2, snap down into double back. Bonus marks for that. Very nice routine there.
She was close to the beam at the end there, wasn't she? But Jewata qualified 5th for the beam final. So here's Georgia May's bars routine a little bit earlier on. This is the score that she's appealing, so let's see what happened.
Super handstand here, clear circle into Tkachev. And now she does it with a half turn. Here we go from the toe on with a half turn. Very nicely done, actually, down to the low bar. Here comes the Shap. Legs locked together very nicely. The Pak Salto into a clear circle. Shap half turn. Strong pirouette. Now that finished in handstand into the full twisting double back. That was a strong routine from my point of view.
There, Christine, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it puts her into 8th, 13.8.
And great for her confidence after the start there to come back and perform like that. Well done.
Disco very well on beam earlier. What an entrance to the floor area.
I was waiting for the music. Expect some drama here then. Full twisting double back opener. Another one bites the dust. Well, we hope not. Double Arabian. Good height there, separation on the leap. Gymnasts have to aim for that 180-degree split position. She needs a forward tumble off of the double Arabian. Double tuck there. And now this is harder than it looks. Oh, a bit out of control. Done well so far, come on, really stand up. Double pike, no problem at all. Well, I like that. Good routine.
Full of character, wasn't it? Right from the very start.
She really sold it well.
Yeah, 12.5. After that, Craig, I want to see you come into the commentary box every time like that. I enter.
You mean you didn't notice my entrance today?
Oh, look. D'Amato, 14.4. She goes into the lead. Voilen in 2nd. Kovacs 3rd. Great Britain's Jessica Gadarova is in 4th place at the moment, halfway round. Georgia May Fenton, still no news on that appeal. 13.8 is the score. She's in 8th place, and I'm just hearing now that that has been rejected. So 8th place for Georgia May Fenton. Beth, I don't know if you can hear me in the studio, but there's confirmation that Jess is in 4th place. Are you surprised by that top 3 of D'Amato, Wallen and Kovacs?
No, I mean, obviously going into that bars, I was discussing it with Gianni in the studio that those 3 have got really high difficulty.
Yeah.
So Jessica does have a lower difficulty on bars, but she then makes up for it going into beam and floor.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's 0.834 off the top spot, and I don't expect you to do a load of maths here, but do you think that she can make that up with the final 2?
Yeah, I mean, as always, with an all-around competition, it is always down to beam, who stays on. But Jessica has worked so hard on her bar routine. She has really cleaned it up, especially since the World Championships last year. So she's not always had the strongest bar routine, but actually now the execution on it is really good. Today was slightly down. She had the giant fall there that was just slightly late, and then a couple of steps on the dismount, so the judges do have the opportunity. But the routine that she did in qualification was vastly improved from last year, so you can see that she is working on those areas that she knows is her weakness.
Yeah, and earlier on we were speaking about nursing an injury there. How do you think she's looking confidence-wise on that injury?
Yeah, I mean, she's not showing any signs of it, so fingers crossed we can keep it going. You could see that she was strapping the foot up after the bars, getting ready to head over to beam. But we know that she's first up on beam, and actually that can be a positive, because standing around waiting to go on beam can be quite nerve-wracking. So get up, get your job done, and then she's got a bit of time to rest and recover, and she'll be performing last on floor.
Absolutely, but highest qualifier on beam as well, a difficulty of 5.8, so she'll be going all out and she'll be risking, but we'll leave you to it for now, Beth, as we continue with the competition. This is the 3rd rotation, and we join Thorsdottir, who came 2nd at the Europeans in 2019 on this piece of apparatus.
Probably won't get a more expressive floor routine in this competition. Easily round there, the double twist. Such a difficult series. It's like watching the ballet. Double bike. Series full of drama, expression, well negotiated, combination into the pike front somersault. Superb, absolutely sensational performance. Not the most difficult on the tumbles, Chris, but what a performance.
A joy, an absolute joy to watch. And Arturo was in 6th place, but there's that. Well, let's join Jessica Gadarova on beam. She's the first up, the highest qualifier, and this packed with difficulty.
Well, a very nice flip on mount. And she's got a big series here that she wants to hit. And she does a change egg half, immediate Corbett flip. The bonus marks for linking those. Here the spin, everybody has to include a spin. She's managed to make that into a triple. Well done, Jess. Another gymnast with good rhythm. Finishes strongly, the free walkover. Straight into the jump. Now quite late in the routine for the acrobatic series. She has to focus, make sure this flip is straight, and the layout as well, she does. Little sideways dance that the gymnasts have to do as well. Keep strong on the free cartwheel. So, the big dismount, we've seen her dismount so well. Has to focus, make sure she punches this beam, lifts up, double pike. Super dismount to finish with.
13.533, the fight back is on.
Well, we can all breathe a little bit easier now, can't we? I think I held my breath for the full routine.
Huge.
Well done. That was very significant.
Under extreme pressure as well.
Unbelievable pressure.
And you could see she was a little bit wobbly at certain moments, but she fought and kept going. She's a great competitor.
Well, Lisa Wallen next up for Belgium. She's in second place, coming up to the third piece of apparatus. It's all to play for in this women's all-round final.
Well, the pressure really is on the rest of this group now. First person out goes through the routine. Pressure really on. Need every ounce of concentration. Flick into the tuck back. Unusual. We often see flick into the layout. Oh, just that little wobble there. Nice side somersault. Imagine to keep a nice bit of rhythm. Side dance passage. Got to keep the focus and concentration. Big skill front somersault, well controlled, the blind landing. Remember the beam is only 10 centimetres wide, so tricky to negotiate. Come on, big routine, stand up, double back somersault, good routine.
Wallen's
two routines,
through.
Two through, pressure's on.
They're banging it out here. Nobody's going to give in, are they?
Absolutely not. Well, Wallen was 0.2 ahead of Jessica.
And she did very well with that dismount. The foot nearest us was only just on the beam.
Osdottir moves up. She's 12.7 for floor, so not the most difficult. You can see there 5.1 on the difficulty. Oh, yeah, yeah. Talk about keeping your focus. Not easy when George Michael strikes halfway through the beam performance.
Well, I can just see Georgia May Fenton, I think, getting ready for beam. I hope we get to see a routine.
We're going to bars.
Well, for now, Matt, but you never know.
Yeah.
No, we really have hardly had any replays in this at all, have we?
We'll go to Brassard then of Belgium. Well, I can tell you that Lisa Wallen's score has come in and she's 0.133 behind Jessica Gadarova. So far, so good for Jess.
Big clear circle catch, Ev. Stoop fall, that was nice into the handstand. Back salto down, a little bit leggy. Separation, probably pick up a 10th. And again, just that little separation. Seems insignificant, but hit me a 0.1, come on. Squeeze, you can see there, just that little flicker. Big dismount, double front with a half turn. Sitting quite a very compact, short routine.
That's the trick. If you can get all your difficulty in without any excess moves, the judges don't have the opportunity to deduct so much.
So Great Britain's Georgia May Fenton over to beam. She didn't have a happy time in qualification. Come on, Georgia May.
Well, that was a great mount. Little step. Super double spin to open. Georgia gets her difficulty through her spins. This is her acrobatic series. Free cartwheel into a backflip. Both moves acrobatic. Strong free walkover. And she also has very good fluency on the apparatus. Very elegant gymnast. Now, will she give us the triple? She does. Very nicely done.
Fantastic.
Showing good amplitude on all her work. Very good fluency. Simple series. A change leg into a C-zone, but no hesitation. Now she's got a big dismount here as well. Here comes the round off into the high, double back dismount. Oh, well done, George. It's never easy when you make a mistake on your first piece, but she's fought back brilliantly.
She's done a brilliant job.
Yeah, well, she was in 8th. She's going to climb from there. Absolute respect.
Another 4.2 on the difficulty. Full twist. Ooh. Stuck the dismount, or stuck the landing, should I say. They'd probably get penalised a little bit for lack of height. There, 8.6966. On execution, 13.166 for the full twist. You know, just going back to Georgia May, actually, what I'm really impressed with is the way she's brought herself back from that vault early on. She took the fall, but really has impressed us with the bars and beam. It'll do a confidence no end of good, that. So well done.
See, Valen only a 5-1 in difficulty. Jess was a 5-8 on day one.
Well, yeah, so Jessica Gadarova has overtaken the gymnast that was in 2nd. Georgia May's moved up to 4th. Closing in. Sarah Voss now at the end of the vault runway. 23 years old, Sarah now.
Oh, that was lovely. That actually popped off the top, plenty of height. Oh, yeah, the judges agreed. 9.3 on execution, 13.5. Zara Voss.
8th at the moment.
And that looked like there was time in the air for another twist, didn't it? It looked like she lifted so high off the platform that she could have put 2 twists in.
And if you look at that technically, probably the best we've seen, and it's straight down the line, straight off the top. Yeah, great work.
Well, Naomi Visap is next up. She was in 5th, stepping up to beam. Very, very close indeed.
And plays relatively safe with the backflip mount. Lovely change leg immediately into the side somersault. Now that's where you gain your difficulty. There's bonuses for those moves and the split jump across the beam. Oh, and the full turning jump. That's actually very tricky. Oh, the free cartwheel into the backflip, but she was well off on the free cartwheel. The back foot barely got on. She will get given the acrobatic series, but it'll be a fall. But lovely double spin. Works out of it so smoothly. And it's actually very tricky to be artistic, move your head, your arms and everything else while you're moving along the beam. And that's one of the reasons the beam scores are really quite low, because the requirements from the judges are really very great. For the body never to stop moving. That was a very artistic little section on the beam. Ready for the dismount, round off, flip, 2.5 twist. Great dismount, actually. And that will carry good bonus.
Huge shame about that deduction in the middle there. Esposito on floor next to go. She was in 10th. Just 16 years old. What a result it would be to finish inside of the top 10 for her.
So quite heavy strapping on the leg. Oh, that was nicely performed. There's the tempo. Oh, that was nice, double layout. Very secure on the landing. Plenty of height there and separation on the leap, showing great flexibility. And again, good control. Powers round. Oh, that was well controlled. 2.5 twist, straight front somersault. Gonna catch your breath. Oh, I was just going to say, easily round on the double pike back and just landed with the hips slightly behind her body. Well, what a shame, because it offered so much promise. And again, 16 years of age. Lots of opportunity to develop and gain from this experience.
She's shown a little bit her inexperience around this competition. Some wonderful work, but mistakes right at the end of routines.
Well, vault to go for her in her last piece of apparatus. This the third rotation. And the last two gymnasts on beam are both ahead of Jessica Gadarova. Alice D'Amato qualified third for the beam final. She needs a score of 13.59 to go ahead of Jessica Gadarova, who is, at this stage, the gymnast in the lead. But like I say, the following two were ahead of Jess going up to beam. So, all set, ready to go. Alice D'Amato with her third piece of apparatus in this women's all-round final.
Oh, and she played safe there. Would have hoped to have hit splits on that mount. She's held that well. Front somersault, but the deduction will be there for the extra step and the wobble. Backflip, the layout, somersault, that was better. Italy didn't have the best of times in the team competition, but that was well done, the change leg into the C-zone. And the change leg ring, the judges have to think whether she touched her head with the foot. This is smoother now. She managed to link the free walkover with the split jump. Nice little section on the beam. And here comes the all-important spin. 1, 2. The judges will deduct as well for that bent leg at the finish, but she's on. And she's a very powerful gymnast. I'm sure she'll have a good, strong dismount. That means there's 10 seconds to dismount. Super 2.5, and wow, that was emphatic landing at the finish there, but there were wobbles. It just depends how the judges assess it.
She's fighting, there's no doubt about that. Tonja Paulsson, Sweden.
Another 4.2 for the difficulty. Oh, that was lovely, full twist in Yushchenko. Looks like plenty of height and length.
She scored a 13.3 in qualifications, so just slightly down on that.
You know, really good view of the vault of the alignment from this angle. It's a great camera angle. Check the round off. Flips on, dead in the centre. Yeah, slightly to one side. But again, Christine, I think that's one that's probably adding more twists in training.
Taskanen. Next up on vault. He's the last gymnast to go in this rotation on vault, 17-year-old from Finland.
And a forward vault, the Sukahara. She doesn't do the round off in front. She turns on and snaps into the full twist off.
13.02.
Here you can see she gathers the arms, swings them forwards and then makes a turn on, snap, full twist off. Slightly higher tariff than the flip on from the round off.
Visser scores 12.1 on beam.
Costly fall.
Puts her in fifth, and Alicia D'Amato scores 13. So she goes ahead of Jessica Gadarova.
Don't panic, floor to go. There's a big difference between the girls on floor, but this gymnast going to have something to say about it as well.
Kovacs last to go. Jafia qualified second highest on beam.
Oh, and she's going for broke there. The mount immediately linked to the leap and the Corbett flip. That's how you get that D score up. And the free cartwheel into the flip. Little bit bent legs, but she's certainly working with lots of determination and rhythm. We've seen this gymnast often promise much and fall at the final hurdle, but she looks very strong today. Good with the double spin. And the side somersault. Big, strong change leg leap. She's a gymnast who makes the work look easy. So she's performed well. Can she dismount well? Double tuck, she can. Wow, these top gymnasts are really pushing each other.
Zofia Kovacs.
Kovacs needs 13.59.
Again,
It's going to be close. It certainly is.
There were just a couple of little bits. She put the foot behind on the double spin. Not always will the judges count it if it steps behind. We'll just...
Well, Jess has had the highest score on beam so far, 13.533. Chris, do you think you'd go above that?
Probably not, but then I didn't judge it move by move.
Well, we'll soon find out.
This happened a while ago. This is Kosiko of Finland.
A nice shot to the high bar. Oh, a little bit low there. She did well. The Kachev into the pack salto. Full turn. Well done. Again, the shot. Half turn to the pack to the low bar. It's a real fight, but she looks out well in the handstand. Shot with the half turn. Come on. Got to keep the momentum going. Locks in the handstand. Winds up into the double layout. Bit of a fight, but she got through. Well done.
13.266.
Great to see Finland being represented in this European all-around final.
Ana Barbosu from Romania on floor. 16-year-old Romanian who's also qualified for the floor final.
Super height on that full turning double back. Solid, solid landing. Oh, another fantastic landing. 2.5 punch front. Super split on the leaps. Well, she really has given nothing away to the judges on the landings. Height and split on the leaps is good. One final tumble to go. Good. Oh, and right at the very end. What a shame, she'd been so precise. And that wasn't just a little mistake, that was one whole mark off. She just hadn't left quite enough in the locker to make that super high double tuck at the finish.
What a shame.
Well, I was wrong.
13.833 puts Jofia Kovacs into the lead. He's 0.2 ahead of Alice D'Amato, and Jessica Gadarova with 1 piece to go is in third, 0.534 off the top spot.
But it was a massive 5.9 difficulty.
Warm-up has started.
Conor Osek, France on bars.
Oh, lovely turn there, the full twist. Back salto a little bit, leggy there on the way down. And again there, that separation. Gymnast leaves 3/10 for something like that. Nice and high in the straddle Jaeger somersault. Stoop half a little bit short as well. Half turn again, a little bit late catching, big dismount, double front. But there were areas where the judges could take points away. 12.8 for the bars.
Anna Barbosu scores a 12.033. What a shame with the hands down there. Oh, my
Again,
word.
it's nice to see Romania coming back.
Well, there's confirmation with 1 piece to go that Jofia Kovacs is leading the field. 0.2 ahead of Alice D'Amato and Jessica Gadarova in third. Georgia May Fenton in 7th place now. So this is going to be incredibly close. If they did what they did in qualification, Chris, Jess could just clinch it.
Well, Kovacs has been a gymnast that's been on the scene for quite a long while. As far back as 2017, she just lost out to Ellie Downey. She was the silver medalist to Ellie Downey's gold at the Europeans.
Yes.
And ever since then, she's sort of promised much, but always mucked up a couple of pieces. She really looks like she's got the bit between her teeth today.
Wow, could it be, yeah, exactly, history repeating itself with that British challenge.
Well, it's going to be tight, and if anybody was to get it, I mean, I would be delighted for her, because as we've seen, Christine, you know, she has been so close so many times and just been pipped to the post. But I think, yeah, Jess has definitely got the bit between her teeth. We haven't had a gymnast hit a 14 on the floor, and it is really difficult to get the floor scores. The judges are really harsh. They put a lot of effort into artistry and selling the routine, and if anybody can sell a routine, we know it's Jess.
Yeah.
Twice European floor champion, so she's going to have to pull
World
it out the
champion
bag.
as well now.
Yeah.
Yep, she certainly, and I agree, on form, Jess should be able to do it, certainly.
Well, Kovacs is the only gymnast ever from Hungary on the women's side to medal in the all-around. She took that silver, so she's going to be hungry for gold. And it all boils down to just 1 piece of apparatus. And there will be tenths in it.
Warm-up is over.
Just the final stages of the warm-up. And the order will be Wallin up first, Georgia May, then Visser, then D'Amato, Kovacs, and then Jessica Gadarova will finish. She'll be the last gymnast to compete
Final
in
rotation,
the final.
on-floor exercise for Belgium.
I tell you who
Lisa
else is
Wallin.
very strong on floor, D'Amato.
I'll have no nails left. I want the edge of his seat as it is.
Well, Lisa Wallin of Belgium puts in her bid for a medal. She'd be the first gymnast from Belgium ever to medal if she could do it, but it's a long shot.
Well, she's had a superb competition. It's really impressed us. Interested in the double Arabian from the round off. Little change in tempo. Full twisting double back again from a round off. Big tumbles. Change the tempo of the routine with the music. Full of expression. Lovely control. Plenty of height in the double back somersault. Fantastic, what a way to end a competition. Done Belgium proud.
18 years old and absolutely currently in fourth place, stepping up to the last piece of apparatus, but she's been there or thereabouts all the way around. Brassart. Cross on beam. Not a nice place to finish.
No, great mount though, lovely change leg leap. Oh, so many gymnasts have been caught out with that change leg half. She missed her combinations there. Just a little unsteady on the spin. Well controlled, beautiful body tension. You can see the middle of her body. Her core is so strong. Here's this big acrobatic series round off layout. Really good performance of that. It's a very difficult skill. Good on the free walkover. Fulfilling all the requirements of the code here. It's a well choreographed routine. No excessive moves. Here comes the dismount, the round off, double pike, big step back, but that, other than the fact that she didn't link those first three elements, that was a good routine.
Great way to finish the competition for Brassart of Belgium. This anxious weight of the scores. All the gymnasts. Huge anticipation.
Well, the team from Belgium have looked very strong and they haven't got with them their world bar champion.
13.133 for Lisa Wallin.
Up from qualification.
Still, the leaders yet to come. Georgia May Fenton
until the light turns green.
Was in 8th, going up to her final piece.
Great Britain with Georgia May
She is
Fenton.
on floor. Beautiful on this piece of apparatus.
Well executed spin with the leg right up to the face. Starts with a lovely landing of the double twisting front somersault. Super expressive. Here we go, 2.5 twist, pike front. Great height and split on that leap, the change her calf. Needs a double somersault here. Good height on the double tuck. Steadies herself for the spin. Little short of the double. The leap series that has to be included. Oh, fabulous routine to finish her performance here in the All-Around Championships.
She's a class act, isn't she, on floor?
Georgia May Fenton.
What a shame. Shame on vault. You know, what a different story it could have been for Georgia May Fenton.
She's really a class act everywhere.
Yeah, I must admit, it was a very elegant routine.
Bianca Freysack came in as a replacement. She just had minutes to prepare for this all-round final.
Well, let's see what she has to offer. Full twist in Yurchenko. A little bit scrappy on the way on. Judges obviously picked that 8.433 on execution. Fair play, stepping up at the very last moment.
Casa Bueno next on vault. This happened a little bit earlier on. She's 17 years old.
And that was a strong full twist. Legs beautifully locked together. She's a very promising looking gymnast, this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Christine. Very dynamic, compact. Performing this well within her capabilities. Chest right up, facing the vault. That's what the judges are looking for. Plenty of air time.
She's looked accomplished on all apparatus, really. Not quite the difficulty of the top performers. The physio with the British team, Rachel.
12.633
on floor exercise.
Puts Georgia May Fenton up into third as it stands, but still the leaders yet to go.
And for the next floor exercise, we travel to the Netherlands.
And we've Visser, our fourth highest
Naomi
qualifier for the all-round. And the third highest qualifier for floor. Challenging for a medal.
The Dutch gymnasts always have interesting choreography. Look at the whip into triple twist, immediate punch front. Super control on the spin. She gets great height on tumbles and leaps. 2.5 straight front. important passage of leaps. So she has to include a double somersault. Here it comes, the double tuck. Classy work, very nice indeed, expressive with the music, and interesting tumbles.
Big opening tumble, actually, the whip into triple twist punch front, very cleverly constructed routine, and beautiful to watch. You can almost drift off in the performance, can't you, Christine? It's like, again, watching the ballet, beautiful to work.
Anna Barbosu, she put her hands down on floor on the last piece of apparatus.
That'd be great if she could finish inside the top 10. 1.5 twists in the Yushchenko. Well, she whipped that extra half twist around. Well done.
13.4 for the 16-year-old.
Each half twist gets you more difficulty level. So that extra half twist gives her a higher D score. Little soft in the knees.
Brassard scores a 13.4. And when Naomi Visser's score is in, it'll be game on with the last 3 gymnasts on floor. They are the top 3 qualifiers, and those are the gymnasts that are battling it out for gold, silver and bronze.
Well, it's going all the way down to the wire, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. Visser in 4th with a 13.2.
5-6 in difficulty. You see Georgia May was a 4-9 in difficulty. That's what makes the difference to the scores.
So Alice D'Amato was in 2nd after 3 pieces of apparatus. She scored a 13.366 in qualification. This for a medal.
Well, her twin sister is the current holder of the European all-around title. She'll be very keen to defend it for her. First big opening tumble. Double straight, holds it well in the floor. Another big tumble coming up. Triple twist. Nice control on the spin. Not quite round that big split leap. That one was, though. Double twist in front, a big bound on landing. Lovely finish to that routine. She gave absolutely everything.
It's got to be good enough for a medal, but the question is, what colour will it be? She needs 12.699 to be up into the top 3 as it stands at the moment.
She was part of the team that...
Tora Thorsdottir.
Italy's long wait for a medal in the women's team event.
Oh, good double twist. 13.933.
She's up into 3rd.
A little tweak on the ankle there, but we've seen quite a few full twists. But this level of competition, you really do need a double twist on the vault if you want to be a serious contender. And easily round there, double twist. Just that step back on landing.
Well, Alice, like you say, Chris, her sister is the all-round champion from last year. What an accolade for the family to have 2 all-round European medalists in the family, twin sisters.
I hope there's not another sibling, otherwise they'll feel very inferior. Just had that big jump forward, didn't she, after the double twist?
13.1 is going to put the pressure on.
5.4, the difficulty.
Oh.
Well, she had a 13.366 in qualification.
Zofia Kovacs, next to go, was the leader, stepping up to floor. She's going to need the floor routine of her life here
And now one floor exercise for
to try and hold Jessica Gadarova, who is up next at bay.
She's a very elegant, understated gymnast. That lead was a bit short of the split. Oh, but what a tumble, double twisting, double tuck. Each gymnast counts 5 acrobatic skills and 3 leaps or spins. That was a super second tumble, double straight. Cleanly through the leap series. Oh, lovely. 1.5 twist into full twisting front. So she's fulfilled her requirements just this last tumble. Powers away, double tuck, little step forwards. Well, this is a great competition for Kovacs.
What a battle this is. She won a silver medal back in 2017. She's still going at 23 years old, hoping that this is her year. It wasn't, Chris, without deduction.
No, no.
But it was full of difficulty. Some really big tumbles in there, big combinations.
Everything's still possible.
Wow.
Zofia Kovacs greeting her fans in the hall here. Well, here's the standings. Alice D'Amato won, followed by the 2 Belgians, Lisa Valen and Maëlys
Morgane
Bourassa.
Mosek from France on beam now.
Confident start.
D'Amato, Valen, Brassard, Torsdottir, Visser, Fenton.
A nice momentum about the routine, if you can have on beam. Oh, nice work, round off into the layout. Difficult skill. Control there. Some good acrobatic work so far. Well controlled full spin. Ooh, well done. Come on, stay on. Needs to get down onto the beam. Well done, working very confidently. Great way to finish the competition. Come on now, concentrate. Needs a good secure dismount. Stands up into the double pike. Well done. Good routine.
Kovacs. All of us looking at the scoreboard, 13.266. So she goes ahead of Alice D'Amato. And that means then that Jessica Gadarova needs 13.8 to tie. And blocking out everything here as she chalks up for her final piece of apparatus in this Women's European all-around final. Jessica Gadarova is capable. She scored a 13.9 in qualification. She needs to match that.
Yes, indeed. Jessica.
She knows she can do it. She's set. She's ready. Great Britain's Jessica Gadarova going for gold. We wait.
Come on, Jess. First big tumble. Full twisting, double straight. Second test. Double straight on the way back. She floats it, fantastic landing. Beautiful height on those leaps. Such an all-movement routine. She needs such stamina and energy, and this is such a big final tumble. Full twisting front, walk out into the double tap. Superb, Jess! Oh, what a performance, Jess! You rose to the challenge wonderfully.
It was emphatic in every way. It was packed with difficulty, beautifully performed. Jessica Gadarova, you could have done no more. It's now in the hands of the judges.
For me, a better performance than in qualification. She hit 13.9. If she could be the gymnast to hit 14 on the floor, but again, whatever the result, she could not have put together a better competition. Well done, Jess. If you think she wasn't competing long ago at the British Championships, to come out here and perform like that, absolutely sensational.
Huge pressure, and my word, how well she coped with it.
That is such a difficult final tumble when you've used all that energy to full twist in the front somewhere and drive out into a double tuck. You could see she really had to work at it.
She really does sell the routine. The facial expression at the start looks like she's going to burst into tears, and then these smiles. It's just what a floor routine's all about. Surely that's got to be enough to become the European champion.
How does she do it? Jess, how on earth do you do it? Still smiling. Oh my word. I think it's satisfaction. She knows she couldn't have done any better than that. So whatever will be, will be. We're all glued to the scoreboard. Come on, Kovacs.
She's been in that position before, Kovacs, where the title's been taken after the last routine.
Well,
what a final it's been, though, guys.
They pushed each other all the way around.
It's been a great competition, and you haven't had anybody throw it away.
No, this is not one on a fall, that's for sure.
Score is coming for Jessica.
They're taking their time, they're making sure they've got this absolutely right. Who's going to be the all-around champion of Europe? Will it be Jessica Gadarova? Will it be Kovacs? There's your champion! Great Britain's Jessica Gadarova is the all-around queen of Europe. Oh my word! Glittering gold, Jessica Gadarova, you are #1. You have done it. You are the champion. And what a shame for Jafia Kovacs. Oh, and Georgia May Fenton, the first over to congratulate. What a team. They were golden in the team final. It's a golden story again, but Jafia Kovacs has to settle for silver yet again. Well, the last time Great Britain had an all-around champion was back in 2017 with Ellie Downey. Oh, Jess, well done. Chris, some performance.
Fantastic. Deserved every step of the way. She didn't let her chin go down when she didn't get the bar score she wanted. She really has got that confidence and fight.
Wow, what a performance under that pressure. She really did sell that routine. She knew she couldn't hold back at all. And to be able to perform under that pressure, knowing you needed a really big score, just phenomenal.
With her coach there, Josh Richardson. Josh and Molly, brother and sister, coach the twins, and Ondine as well, so they have a great team at Aylesbury.
Well, there's that top group that pushed each other all the way. My word, what talent in that top 7 gymnasts there. It was a super final. It had it all: artistry, difficulty and drama. Chris, what more do you want from an all-around final?
Well, nothing really. That was absolutely superb. And sometimes you have gymnasts who throw it away, but no one threw it away here at all. It was won by fight and determination.
And great results for Belgium. 4th and 5th there.
Yep.
You can see Lisa Verlin and Brassart for Belgium. D'Amato of Italy takes a bronze. Kovacs again just being pipped at the post. But the new European all-around women's champion is Great Britain's Jessica Gadarova. And Georgia May Fenton in 8th position. A very credible performance after that fall on vault. Really did come back strong and put together a real gutsy performance, Christine. That was impressive. Let's not take away anything from Georgia May.
Oh no, it was very gutsy, and actually she sort of worked with a bit of freedom once she'd made the mistake, which often happens. She'll have put a lot of pressure on herself going into that final, and it was good for her to be able to show just what a classy gymnast she is.
Check. This was great bar work, actually, Christine. It really did set her in good stead for the competition, don't you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So this is a little rerun to look at D'Amato. Probably the bit that lets her down is her expressive work on floor.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the one thing that stands out for me when you watch Jess's performance is she puts her life and soul into that floor routine. At the start, it looks like she's going to burst into tears. Yeah. And then with a snap of the fingers, it smiles. She's very intense and looking into the judges' eyes, and that's what they're looking for now. And again, Kovacs there on bars, that clip of the bar was probably it cost her the title.
Probably the difference, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah. But it was good to see Kovacs work so well. She's, in the past, she has thrown it away. Well, she didn't throw it away today. The better gymnast beat her, but it was very encouraging to see her work so positively.
It was, and great for Hungarian gymnastics as well. She had a lot of power in the floor routine at the end, but again, you picked up those just little bits, you know, the landings, not just as accurate. And Jess, she has everything. I would imagine it's like turning up to the 100-metre final, you've got Usain Bolt next to you. You know, you're thinking, oh, well, what am I going to do here? But here's a bit of a montage of your new champion.
Yeah, all her work is very clean. And she's had this ankle injury since the Worlds, and therefore she's worked hard, much more on bars, which is the piece that was letting her down last year. So she's really put the work in to make sure that her weaknesses have become her strengths.
Well, I'm going to say you've spent a lot of time around her with Alice at national squad and things like that, so you'll probably know better than most, but from an outsider looking in, what I've noticed is she's become a lot more confident in her own ability and performance. You could see there waiting to go on the floor. She was in the zone, she was totally undistracted with what was going on, knowing she had to put together that big routine.
Well,
you can see what it means to her.
Well, there is
number one,
the all-around champion, Jessica Gadarova. Honestly, we're all applauding. We think you're marvellous. I mean, the mind boggles, Beth, how she actually did that and how she remained composed. I mean, she was the last gymnast to go. All eyes were on her, and to smash it like that.
Yeah, I mean, the experience is really starting to kick in now. She's done a few all-around finals, obviously was successful at the World Championships last year, and every time you're taking those experiences, it helps for the next competition. She's a natural competitor. She loves performing, she loves competing, and that really shows through when she's doing these individual finals.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it's like, Gianni, to go toe-to-toe with gymnasts all the way around, and it all boiled down to one final performance. I mean, you know, she's 18 years old. She's done a lot of international competition now, and you can just see all of it, how it marries together. She's just the ultimate competitor.
Absolutely. And I mean, what a piece to finish on. Floor. European champion, world champion. You know, so for me, I had no doubts. I knew she could go out there and deliver that routine. And like you say, I think it really shows her experience now, you know, from these previous major events, getting the results, and, you know, they're slowly starting to stack up, and she's now European champion.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've watched her grow up. Everybody, you know, took her to her heart, really, at the beginning. Here she is now 18, and just really allowing her gymnastics to do the talking, because she's full of character anyway in her interviews and what have you. But when she gets on the floor, goodness me, all that goes by the wayside, and she just lets the gym do the talking.
She does. You can see the work that has been put into the gym, and when she goes into competition, her body just is able to take over. The routines don't look difficult for her because she has practiced them thousands and thousands of times. So, yeah, credit to her club, her coaches. They've worked on the areas that she needed. We spoke about it earlier with the bars. They've had to put a lot of hard work and effort in that, and it's really starting to pay off.
And talking of that preparation, Gianni, we were talking earlier on about her rehab, and you know what it's like to have it on your mind that you've got an injury. So that prep was just perfect, wasn't it, up to this? And they sat certain pieces out in the British for a good reason.
Definitely, and it's looking at the bigger picture. You know, the British Championships for her maybe wasn't as important. You've got the European Championships coming up, and later on in the year you've got the World Championships coming up, and it's all about managing those injuries so that you can last the full year. And we mustn't forget, Paris is just around the corner, and it's all about being as healthy as possible for the Olympic Games.
And it's worth bearing in mind as well, Beth, that she could potentially take a title off you as well, because she could be the first gymnast ever to get 3 golds on floor. It's never been done before. You and a few others have done it twice in a row, but never 3 consecutively, and that's what's to come over the weekend as well.
Yeah, she's still got obviously chances on beam and floor, but that floor routine is comfortable for her, and she knows not only the tumbles, it's the artistry, it's the selling, it's the emotion that is coming through the routine as well, and that's where she's getting rewarded so much more than the other gymnasts. Going into that final, she had kind of a 5-6 tenths advantage going into that final piece.
Let's have a look back then at some of the key performances, and I mean, she got off to an absolute flyer with vault, as she kind of always does, but yeah, just talk us through this, Beth.
So she's got a clean double twist. Obviously, very little for the judges to deduct here. You can see head on, pushes off, does the double twist, and is landing directly onto that red line, which is obviously the marker for the judges. So yeah, very little deduction for that.
And the thing is with Jess, her and her coaches work the code perfectly for her body type and how much energy she's got.
Definitely. It's about playing the code and being smart. You know, you get some athletes that really want to push the start value, but again, we then tend to see a few more mistakes. And I think, you know, Jess has been working really hard. Like Beth was saying earlier on her bar routine, it's improved so much. And actually now it's all coming together nicely.
Well, talking of the bars routine, let's have a look, Beth, and as a former world champion, you can give us the lowdown on this and what she's been doing in the gym to kind of get that connection value and build a difficulty score.
Yeah, so she's got a great release and catch to start there with the Jaeger, catches at arm's length. There's the catch of half into the straddle back half. She's turned it round slightly. She was almost going against her body, and that's where the deductions were coming in. But just not necessarily changed the composition of the routine, she's just worked on the execution of it, and that is now showing through consistently every competition. Unfortunately today had that slight late full turn, but obviously made no difference in the end.
legs locked together, the form. I mean, how do you go about training routines like that? I mean, you do hours and hours and hours of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's just lots of repetition, basically, and it's the stamina to get through from beginning to end. And with the type of skills, you can't just keep doing them. You have to find different ways to be able to build up that stamina to get the fitness to be able to do the routines. I was discussing with Gianni, the difficulty is lower down on that routine, but there's probably stuff that she's working on behind the scenes that could increase that difficulty.
Well, the gymnasts are coming out to receive their medals now. I mean, heartbreaking for Kovacs. She's been there before in silver. You know, Ellie Downey. It's history repeating itself as far as Great Britain and Hungary are concerned. But there is Alice D'Amato. Her sister won the all-around last year. What a story for that family to have two all-around medalists. And there's Kovacs stepping up as well. But we'll hand back to Craig and Christine in the commentary box to talk you through the medal ceremony.
European champion and the winner of gold medal, Jessica.
The bit we've all been waiting for.
Great Britain.
Jessica Gadirova, all-around champion of Europe. She worked her heart out today, as did all these gymnasts. And she showed just what an accomplished gymnast she has become, and what a confident performer.
Gümüş madalya Sayın Mevlüt Kavanagh, Avrupa Jimnastik Kadınlar Teknik Komite üyesi. Bronz madalya Sayın İsmail
Medals
Gökçek,
presented.
Türkiye Jimnastik Federasyonu Başkan
So,
Vekili.
Great Britain, gold in the team competition for the ladies, and now gold all around for Jessica Gadirova.
Silver goes to Zsofia Kovacs of Hungary, and the bronze to Italy's Alice D'Amato.
What an outstanding championship so far.
Bayanlar ve baylar, sizleri İngiltere Ulusal Marşı için ayağa kalkmaya davet ediyorum.
Please rise and direct your attention towards the flag ceremony and the national anthem of Great Britain.
Jessica Gadirova, champion of Europe.
Tüm sporcuları tebrik ediyoruz.
And what a champion she is. I mean, she is a golden girl. I mean, she's won so many medals. How do you think, Beth, this one will sit as, you know, the all-around title? I mean, that's kind of the blue ribbon, isn't it?
Yeah, every gymnast wants that all-around, because obviously from a young age you're working all of the apparatus. It's nice to be known as a specialist, but actually that all-around title, I don't know about you, Gianni, that's what everyone goes for. You go for a regional title, you go for a national title, and now obviously she's taken that next step.
Yeah. Would you agree, Gianni? With
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had my fair share of experiences of all-round as a junior. Obviously, moving to senior, I was faced with a few adversities that, you know, then changed that for me. But of course, you know, the all-round is what everyone wants to do. They want to be the all-round champion. It's like the best achievement.
Yeah. How are you, by the way? People are asking why you're not out there competing. How are things going?
I'm good. I'm brilliant. I'm recovering from a surgery, and again, it's looking at the bigger picture now. We know Paris is just around the corner, and we need to be as healthy as we can if we want the best opportunity to come away with a medal.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're doing your thing for the team by talking to us and resting.
I'm here. I'm on the other side, and I'm enjoying this. This is good fun. It's
Have you
really
enjoyed
good fun.
watching the women's all around? Because obviously your world is immersed in the men's side of things, but to sit back, take a moment and just enjoy the competition, you know, as a spectator.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I've been sat here asking Beth a few questions, but it's different. It's good to, you know, watch, especially when we've got GB girls in there competing. It's so you know. It's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. And it's interesting, I mean, for Jess to be out there without her sister, twin sister Jen being there as well. It seems quite odd to not see shots of her and seeing them hugging and what have you. No doubt she'll be on the phone right now.
Oh, I'm sure she is. I mean, she's done a couple of competitions now where Jennifer hasn't been out there with her, so she's obviously getting used to it. But, I mean, they train together day in, day out, but obviously Undine's out with her personal coaches are out there. So, yeah, it just shows the depth and strength of our team. That just the same with the men's. We've got some of the boys at home resting after injuries. We've got exactly the same with the girls' team, but they're still producing the results.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a little look at the floor. Obviously, she did incredibly well on beam as well, but let's just have a look at floor and see how emphatic she was at the end there. Obviously, huge pressure going up for this. I mean, we were on the edge of our seats in the commentary box, but yeah, let's talk through this, Beth.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about this routine is the emotion, the dance, the grace that goes into it. She's got the power as well, so this full twisting double straight, but she knows these tumbles so well that she's looking for those landings. Every single step, every single tenth is what makes the difference between a medal and a not medal. She's using the double straight. We did see in podium she had was too powerful, so actually over the days she's now starting to get used to the bounce of the floor. But yeah, she's got a great combination of the powerful tumbles, the artistry, the jumps and the leaps, and just people, you get immersed in it. Half the time you don't really, you just want to keep watching it.
Well, this is the thing. You wonder if the pressure would have been building as she got nearer towards the end of the routine, or actually she was getting more relaxed. I mean,
what
you know
was
what
he
I mean?
thinking?
Is it like, yeah, that one's
Last
done,
tumble.
game on, or is it like, oh, hang on, because she doesn't hold back even with the final tumble?
Yeah, and that's it. You've just got to go for it. You've got to go for broke. When she needed that score, she needed a 13.8.
Yeah.
You can't play safe.
You can't.
You've got to go for it. You've got to leave it all out there. And that's what she done. It was a fantastic routine. And I think I was probably more nervous than she was.
Yes, I think we all felt the same. You could see on the close-up, actually, on her face when she landed that, she was like, right, this is it. Everything crossed, and you can see Josh there. Not sure what to think. He doesn't know whether to be happy.
Well, he kind of went, I think it's enough.
OK. Well, the great news is that Jess, there she is, the new all-around champion of Europe, is with Betty. So let's hear what she's got to say for herself.
Jessica, you are all-around European champion. Can you just sum up for us how much this title means to you?
It just means so much to me. The journey up here was quite difficult, but I'm glad I gave it my all and I pushed through it.
How much did that final routine take it out of you?
I just thought it was the last routine that I was going to do in the all-around, so give it my all, best with, perform with my heart, and just give a performance that everyone will enjoy. And literally, I'm so speechless about it. It's just incredible.
It looked like you just gave it everything, emotionally as well, physically as well. What was that feeling like when you saw the score come through at the end?
My coach did tell me what score I would need to come first, so I was like hoping and praying and just like literally, I felt butterflies around my stomach, and I was like, please just come on, be higher than that score. And when it started coming up, I started getting watery eyes, and I was just like, oh my God, I did it. And I was just literally just so happy.
You had your kind of fists against your head before you did that floor routine. What were you doing?
For me, I don't really like to listen to scores, see other performances. So when the gymnast previously went before me, I knew she was quite a good contender. So I didn't want to listen to what score she had if it threw me off. So I literally covered my ears, said a few gibberish. And when it was my turn, I was just like, I'm going to perform for myself no matter what everyone else has done. This is my gymnastics, my performance, and I'm going to give it my all.
Jess, you're going to need an extra suitcase to get back to the UK to fit all your gold medals in. Well done.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
A gold in the team, a gold in the all-round, highest qualifier for floor, highest qualifier for vault. Goodness me, I mean, she is just on form, so perfect. How is she going to keep that until the Worlds and looking ahead Paris?
Yeah, I think it'll be a case of taking a bit of downtime. She's had, like she said in that interview, a bit of a tough journey to get to these Europeans, had to manage the ankle injury. So I think obviously they'll monitor that when she gets home, see where that's at, take a bit of downtime from routines and just being back in the gym. But Worlds is actually quite early this year. It's at the end of September, beginning of October, whereas normally it can be towards the end of October. So at least that then get it over and done with, and you've got quite a run up to the Paris Games.
Yeah.
The good thing is both the men's and the women's teams have already qualified. That's a completely different pressure. Going into a World Championships, normally, as a team, you're having to get that qualification, so you are giving it everything, whereas they haven't got that added pressure.
OK, well, as we've alluded to, tomorrow is the turn of the apparatus specialists, and Britain have 4 finalists, would you believe? Did incredibly well. Becky Downey did a brilliant job for the team on bars, but tomorrow's final is all about her. Courtney Tulloch will be looking to claim the title of the strongest of strongmen. He's looking for his 4th European rings medal. What a lad Courtney is. But we're going to be starting at 11:30 with the men's floor, with the new generation of Luke and Harry, who've picked up the British baton of some of the best floor workers in the world.
From Great Britain, Neil Thomas.
As crisp and clean as ever.
Lots of difficulty.
Superb performance from him. It's a bronze medal for Daniel Purvis.
Here we go then.
Such precise tumbling.
Max Whitlock takes gold.
That's beautiful. Blind landing, and he nails it.
Dan Purvis with a joint bronze.
Well, this one is all about him. Christian Thomas, the men's European champion.
Boy, he pulled something out of the locker there.
What a story for Max Whitlock. He's got a silver.
Great Britain's Max Whitlock is the floor Olympic champion.
Keep calm, keep this focus. Big triple twist to finish.
Dominic Cunningham is the new men's European floor champion.
Jake Jarman takes the bronze. World floor champion Gianni Regini Moran.
Here he is. There you go. What was that moment like, Gianni? Just take us back there, because I guess at the time you can't quite believe it, but now putting it into context.
It's incredible. I mean, watching that back, I think it's just really a spark in my belly. I want to be there now. But no, I mean, reflecting on that performance at the World Championships, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And it's a dream come true after everything that I've been through, the adversities and how tough my journey has been. It's like I've just completed it. I'm so happy now.
Satisfied. Yeah. Well, you're a brilliant pundit as well. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Now we're at a super time, but now it's goodbye from all of us here and the new all-around queen of European gymnastics, Jessica Golden Gadarova. Bye-bye.